1.25 million Americans living with type 1 diabetes in the United States. Country music singer and songwriter Eric Paslay is one of them, and he is using his platform to help advocate for others who are also living with it. He joins me now. I'm a big fan, Eric, so thank you so much for being here. I saw that you've been living with this since you were 10 years old, and even on stage to this day, you have to constantly monitor your own blood sugar.
Yeah, I am. It's good to be with you today, Dana. Yeah, I was diagnosed when I was 10 years old. It's a scary thing when you're a little 10-year-old kid, and I probably even more so for my parents when I was diagnosed with diabetes. And it's just a difficult thing to live with every day, but you can do anything you want. I get to tour around, play shows all the time, and get to wear cool devices. There's all kinds of cool technology out now. I get to wear a thing called a Dexcom, monitors my blood sugar level at all times. I'll actually show you. I don't even know if you can see this, but I'm at 112 right now. It literally tells you my blood sugar level. So when I'm on stage, when I'm touring, it's kind of amazing, just the technology. And
so in your red Solo cup, it's not necessarily beer. You got some little OJ in there in order to help you out.
Yeah.
I talked to a friend of mine who has a child at 8 years old who was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, and it's been quite overwhelming for them. And one of the things they wanted me to ask you was, what do you know now that you wish you had known when you were 10 years old?
You know, I always knew that technology would progress and hope that it would. And JDRF, I'm a board member there now, the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation, great organization leading in research. Just the leaps and bounds we've made since I've been a diabetic is amazing. So I would tell every kid and every family there's hope and you're loved, and there's a lot of people looking out for you, always trying to help get costs down. With insurance, without insurance, a bottle of insulin is $400. Right. So it's very, very expensive. I'm very, very, very lucky that I somehow can tour around and afford to pay for insulin for me, which lasts for 3 weeks. So it's very expensive to be a juvenile diabetic.
I read that you said that you are.
But I would say to all those kids, you can do anything you want, and I'll be here hopefully to help getting costs down for you to be able to afford to live with diabetes.
My friend also wanted to know, how did your mom ever get anything done? There's a big emotional toll on your loved ones as well.
Yeah, I mean, my wife's here. When I'm traveling on the bus, she's really afraid, and now with the Dexcom, she's able to watch that. My mother, I'm sure, I wish I had a Dexcom when I was a little kid, because my mom and parents could have watched my blood sugar level when I was sleeping and didn't have to wake me up and prick my finger every day. You don't actually have to prick your fingers anymore. If any diabetics are watching this right now and want to be able to watch your blood sugar level at all times, it's just amazing technology with the Dexcom. And just awesome with JDRF. If anybody feels led to help research and help kids with diabetes, it can hit anybody. Like Dana, my great uncle was diagnosed in his 40s. My wife's grandfather was diagnosed in his 30s. My wife's grandfather died when he was 60 from complications. So it's a very serious disease, and it can hit anyone at any time. It's not just when you're a kid. So it can hit anyone. So any funding we can get to help cure this terrible disease is amazing. You can go to jdrf.org and come see me on the road, and we'll hang out. And I always love meeting kids backstage who have type 1 diabetes. They show me their Dexcom and their insulin pump, and I'm like, man, you can do it. You can do anything you want, and don't let it hold you back. And just be a light to the world and do good with what God gives you.
And you certainly have done that, Eric.